I sit here behind this desk and I try to imagine a different story from the one that I have lived. This could have been me. This could have been my desk, my life, my story, but it hasn't been. I wanted to be a human rights lawyer. I was working and studying full-time to gain entry to a double degree in law and applied finance.
I had a trade, I was employed.
I have spent my life working. 30 years ago, I was even working for the Department of Housing.
I had a family. I had the station wagon, a mortgage.
But I couldn't afford to pay off the personal loan I took to study at a private college and pay the rent in my place.
And then, a few years back, I lost my job.
4 years ago, I was made redundant from a job where I'd been working for over 20 years.
My health deteriorated, and as a result, I lost my job.
I looked for new jobs, but no one would employ me because of my age.
My marriage dissolved, and I found myself alone.
The house that I was living in for over 12 years was being sold, and so I was evicted.
I started drinking, taking prescription drugs, and forever in a downward spiral.
In a community I had been living in for over 30 years, I could not find a suitable space to rent.
I was forced into a series of unsafe, short-stay accommodations where I experienced many forms of abuse. I fled, and I've been in shelters ever since.
I remember one day, my daughter, one of my daughters, was out looking for me. She passed me by on the street without even recognising me. Can you imagine the absolute horror I felt? At that moment, I thought, no more. Not one more day of this.
And so, having no one to turn to, I went to Vinnies and spoke to the housing department.
My next check, I went to the Matthew Talbot Hostel, put 2 weeks' rent on the counter and said I would like a bed, please.
I have been completing courses at Vinnies Learning Centre, building up my skills again, and they have given me assistance to retrain and gain new skills.
I spoke with the caseworker to find a place for me to move. It was a long search for an apartment that would accept a pensioner, but I have found a place.
And though there's a huge amount of uncertainty until I find a place for me to stay permanently, I am slowly getting there.
Though I've had to move out of the community I've lived in for 30 years, I have found a place.
And slowly, my self-esteem started to return.
I am safe and have a roof over my head and have been able to keep all the things that I've collected throughout my life.
So that decision to pay 2 weeks' rent at one of Vinnie's services not only saved my life, it gave me a new one.
Vinnie's prevented this situation from getting any worse.
I still want to be a human rights lawyer. And though it's not until I find a safe place to settle that I can do this, I am getting closer to that dream every day.
Right now, over 105,000 people are homeless.
This is Australia's reality.
And sadly, it's rising.
But tonight you've said no to seeing homelessness rise.
You saying no to allowing this to be a reality.
And it's been 10 years of working together to make a change.
10 years of effort and dedication from business and community leaders.
Every effort demands a better future for those most vulnerable in society.
Tonight, you will sleep in the cold and feel the hard concrete floor. And then tomorrow you will go home and appreciate the comforts and safety of your bed, your loved ones, your home.
But this is not the case for over 105,000 people. The fight goes on.
It is not until homelessness ends once and for all that we can stop. So, thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you and good night.